peace and love, soul group. Peace and love. This will be one of those spontaneous live streams. This is one of those live streams where you just hit the live button. You just show up, not expecting anything. But we're going to be open to receive whatever energy flow comes our way. This is one of those live streams, you know? This is one of those live streams that in the past, if I didn't have anything in present moment awareness I felt worthy of sharing, I just wouldn't go live. So that's the difference. And today was one of those days I woke up in just total harmony of my beingness. And I was able to, get out of body twice yesterday and once earlier this morning. And it's just so fulfilling to get out of body with purpose and just heal, or I'll explain it as just recharging, realigning the energy bodies, because we get so emotionally out of alignment here in what we call the physical realm. That's what we're accustomed to saying, whether it's 4D or 5D or 6D. It's very emotional here. And a great part of this emotion, the emotional body being just, man, in some cases, so far out of alignment, it's discombobulating. And this is from the result of artificial intelligence, the technology that allows us to push a button and express ourselves. And it gives the cyborg, the computer entities, a real advantage over us, because they get to feed off of our energy at the push of a button. Where before technology, we communicated a totally different way. We shared our energy a lot amongst each other. Some of you star seeds are a little younger on the channel, but when I was coming up, there was a time when everyone ate at a specific time, and we would all, whatever family we had around or whatever folk we would call family, we just sat down and broke bread all together, and everybody would tell their little story of what was important to them in present moment awareness. A lot of problems got worked right out at the breakfast or the dinner or lunch. A lot of stuff got worked out. But the difference was, that energy was shared amongst the family. We fed off each other's energy. It was very intimate, very organic. And then, wow, the radio came, right? The radio waves got in there. And then after the radio waves, the television waves got in there. And after the television waves got in there, here come the internet, www. Now, 2017, shit, mom eating in the den while she's doing somebody's hair or something. Kids each got their own room. They all got a TV in their room now and the internet in their room. So each child is in their own room. Dad somewhere in the manhole. And the technology is controlling our emotional energy. And that's where we are. I go to say all of that. I say all of that to say I'm to the point on my journey now where my vacations are out of body experiences. They're like vivid, um, conscious changing events for me right now. And I'm starting to ground more of my energy uh, into my non-physical awareness. Yeah, I mean, it's because it's really the only place that I can go right now and be free, physically, mentally, emotionally, just free, a free will being, what I really am. I am just free, pure freedom, pure bliss, nothing to do but exist. To get to that space past thought, this is the freedom that I'm experiencing. And it really, really lets me know how big this thing called life. It is so far past our understanding, you know. and it's so past our understanding, and that's why I'm so open to have conversations that are just that some of you wouldn't even listen to. Some of the stuff I still listen to just to get that perspective, just to see. I kind of use it as a measuring tool, you know, to see either how Pucked I am, right? Because we the crazy ones, the conscious people that are thinkers, right? We're the crazy ones, but you could use this as a measuring tool to either see how much you are effed up or how much they're effed up, or is anybody effed up at all? I don't think so. I don't think anyone is effed up. I think we're in a range of energy that everything is experiencing all at once. So it's natural for people to think different at any given time, or disagree, or see something a different way, or someone could experience something and love it, and another person can experience the same thing and hate it. I think that's the natural flow of energy. I think what's happened to us is we've been born into a ram and taught, how to feel about things. And that's the big difference. And so what happens when you're taught right, wrong, good, bad, white, black? You understand what I'm saying? Short, tall, skinny, fat. We were taught all this shit. When you were taught how to feel, you lost your ability to go outside of what we've been taught is the life. You see? Because I remember when I started making this transition, and it's a transition, I used to feel bad going outside of the laws that we were taught. I'm just keeping it real. It felt awkward that certain shit that I was taught should bother me, should just make me this emotional wreck. I got to the point where it didn't bother me anymore. I started seeing things on a much broader scale. And I remember I used to feel awkward, kind of like, dude, but they said you should feel like this. And I would just be, well, but I feel like this. I still feel lighter, not carrying all of that. And then we have the things that we all choose to carry. I got a bag full of stuff that I choose to carry. Is bag the correct way I should yeah, bag is, yeah, I got a bag. Yeah, I can get some of this in a bag. A small bag, but it's still a bag of things that I choose to carry because they still serve me. All right, so the phone lines are going to be open. I just really just hit the live button today. I just hit the button. today. So let's see where it goes. Phone lines, anyone can call in any topic. Let's just let the energy flow. 734-230-2744. 12/10/2017 Matrix time. Live in the chat. Sebastian, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Sebastian says, any tip on what to do before going to sleep? I'll give you a good, simple, easy tip. Sebastian, if you want to call it a tip, it's just something that I've learned to do, and it's everything in the non-physical worlds. Make sure you state or set your intent. Make sure you set or state your intent. What do I mean by that? All right. There's one or two ways you can go from the physical to the non-physical, which we've been accustomed to call the dreams or falling asleep. Okay. We never lose consciousness. We're just either going to be conscious of the physical body, the instrument, or we're going to go into a trance-like state where we drift into the non-physical and we're more into our non-physical bodies or realities. So stating your intent is everything in consciousness in any dimension. So for example, I might state an intent depending on what I want to accomplish in these non-physical realms. I might say something like, give me more clarity on whatever I need clarity on. I need more clarity on this situation, or I will become lucid in my dream state, meaning I will carry this consciousness that I have here, the same consciousness, over into the non-physical state without the physical body being tied down to a body. But like I was saying today, even more important to me now, not only am I not tied down to a physical body, but I'm not carrying all of the responsibilities and the weight of the world in this dimension, the physical, over there. And it gives you just this sense of freedom. And I think this is the freedom that a lot of religions and spiritual teachers and, some of the gurus, what you call them. I think this is what they was talking about, kind of, sort of, when you can get into that mind frame of what I'm talking about. When you're waking up inside of the dream with the same consciousness that you have here, you're carrying it over minus all of the physical garbage and responsibilities. It's like it's weird. It's like a water filter. The pure water gets through, like your consciousness gets through to this RAM, but all of the physical data and garbage that you created here, it can't come through. It's just you. You just exist. Endless possibilities. As you think, there it is. Liberating. So state your intent, Sebastian. Why is it not possible to use AI in a positive way? It is positive. We're doing it now. It is possible. It is. Here's the thing, Sebastian. What you're dealing with in anything here, you're dealing with the law of polarity. Okay, so just as much good as we do with this AI, this artificial intelligence, you travel that frequency of good long enough, you're gonna run into what we call bad. You're gonna run into it. So there's just as much good as there is being put out here with this artificial intelligence. So it is positive things going on, but the polarity of that, it's a bunch of negative, evil stuff going on. All right. Peace and love, Echo Stalker. And Marcus Jackson, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Well, we are live. The phone lines are open. I just hit the live button today, ladies and gentlemen. I just hit the live button to see if we could fish for some energy. That's what we did. Thank you, thank you. I had a. I'm trying to pull it back up so I could get it as close to what I experienced. Now, I won't talk about that because I don't really have enough clarity. I'm not got a lot going on now, and I don't have the clarity that I need to really give you to pull back up what I experienced in the dream that I had last night. But I can pull them back up. I can meditate on it and focus on it and pull it back up at another time. But it was very, very lucid and very, very vivid. It was like past 4K ultra. And I was in like a totally different realm where there were different laws, different ways to communicate, different technology. And I took all of this in vivid, just like I am here. And it was incredible. I don't know if is what we would call the past or the future, but so vivid. Glad to have you here. Thank you for the hearts, Melanie. Thank you for the love. Thank you for those of you who hit that like button. I love you. I love all of you that watch these videos live. I appreciate you being here. Your energy is always welcome. Come as you are. And I really mean that. I really mean that. Come as you are. It doesn't matter. We'll adjust to you. And I thank you for adjusting to me. I really do. It's a good thing to have people that just, accept you for who you are so you can just get used to being yourself. I was talking to I won't say any names, but I was talking to somebody who was really getting kicked in the ass, in life, and I can even say that was really taking a bad ass kicking in life. But it was all self-inflicted. And the thing that I didn't want to get into, I didn't want to just give my perspective on, why life was doing it at the time, because I didn't know all of the intimate details. There's always something to know. It's so easy to judge someone from looking at them, on the outside, based on what you're seeing, based on what reality is producing for them in this present moment awareness. But what we have to remember and realize, most of the things that we're experiencing now, we've already thought of those things. We've already created those things. There's like this delay. It's hard to explain. So whatever's going on in your life right now, I mean, you thought of that or you created that. It could have been years ago. I don't know anyone that can master, the karma scale to let you know when things are going to manifest that we've, conjured up in thought and emotion. And so the hardest part about this conversation was this person didn't love themselves. You ever had a conversation with someone that didn't love themselves? And it was just burning on the inside of you to do everything in your beingness to convince them of how beautiful, because you could see the beauty in them. You guys know what I'm talking about. Have you ever talked to a person like that you really cared about, and life was just smashing them to the point where you were really thinking like, yo, they could hit the reset button any day. I was having this conversation a couple of days ago, and it was so intense that I even got like a little emotional about it. And but you can mentor people, or we can think we're mentoring people, or we can think that we're, go. It's okay to feel any type of way you choose to feel in any type of situation, and you can label anything whatever you choose to label it. That's your free will. You know what I mean? The only thing that I realize that I can't do, I can try to be an example of love to the best of my ability, depending on what frequency I'm sitting in or depending on what I'm experiencing, right? But the one thing I can't do, I can't make someone love themselves. And I know that's hard for a lot of us. That's really hard for me because I'm a Leo, and I know some of the things, my intent behind a lot of things that I instill for individuals that are in my circle. Sometimes it's even far beyond their beliefs, but I can see it, I can feel it. And it's kind of like having an unfair advantage where you can kind of look at someone a little deeper than they can look at themselves. And you see stuff that they can't even see, but you don't really have a way to communicate what you see and how you see it because they can only see things one way. And what you're seeing is way out of their scope of reason. I'm dealing with this a lot now because just to keep it 100%, there are those of us who have adjusted to this energy. So we are seeing stuff like, man, in ways that we've never would even comprehend of seeing and feeling and being and all of the non-physical activity that's going on, you know? There's a lot going on. It's infinite stuff out there going on. And I still say the key. And the reason why I'm even using that word key is because I've experienced some very, very high vibrating realms, some beautiful stuff going on. But in polarity, I've been very, very low in frequency too. I've witnessed some things in realms that would just would suck the life out. It actually did. It stretched my consciousness to even see shit like that. But that's how infinite this energy that we are. This is what we're playing with. This is what we have access to. And you'll gain access as you believe, as you experience, as you change, as you release the shackles and the boxes that we were thrown into. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I remember this dog. I mean, it was a dog, a neighbor's dog. This was years ago. Phone lines are open now, but I'm gonna talk until the phone rings. Somebody got to talk, right? So I remember, well, when I was a kid, it was this dog. We called it Big Overgrown. I'm maybe 10 years old, and we had probably been living in this neighborhood. I'm just throwing some numbers out there, maybe 4 or 5 years. And for those 4 or 5 years, Big Overgrown was on the same chain. Chain was probably about 10 feet, and he had a dog house and a pail of water. And that was his life for at least 4 years. For at least 4 years. That was his life. Eat, sleep, poop. 10-foot radius. And something happened. I think his collar broke. The collar was just so old from this heavy chain. The collar broke. And because this dog was conditioned to, you know, exist in a certain radius in that yard, even though the collar was no longer attached to the dog's neck, the chain was just laying on the ground. The dog wouldn't go out of the circumference that he had been in for those it was at least 4 years. He didn't have a fucking chain on, but he was still running the same circumference of that area. Real shit. That's where we are now. And this is why I don't, kick people in the ass for remaining in the boxes, because a lot of times soul group, they don't know. They don't know that they can go outside of religion now. They don't know that they could go outside of, good, bad, right, and wrong. They don't know that they can just exist where they want to be. They don't. They don't know that, every day right before they lose consciousness, and what we've been taught was sleep. We've been taught that the physical body was just charging up and we didn't exist no more. You know the shit they taught us. They didn't know that you can state your intent right now and have a second life in the non-physical. It's wide open. It's wide open. Just last night, I was in a RAM full of new beings, full of new creation, new technology and everything. I think you guys really think that all of this, the artificial intelligence that's coming to this RAM that we're in now, new AI that's really, it's taking over planet Earth. And nobody's talking about this. And I'm not a doom and gloom guy, but I know what's going on. The Earth has been taken over by this artificial intelligence. And we got a new 5D line of energy coming in. All right. The powers that be didn't agree to this. This shit is coming from these beings and this AI that's creating this AI. It's like, for my opinion, it's like a bad invention going kind of, it's getting a little crazy. So the computers are going to take over. I mean, it's been written. I'm not fulfilling any prophecies or talking any prophetic things. It's been talked about. It's been talked about. And it's being implemented now. And I like to just try to stay as organic as possible now, as possible. Phone lines are open, 734-230-2744. I'll give those of you a chance who want to connect today on IMConscious. Now what? You can talk about anything. Anything you want to talk about. Welcome, Melanie from Holland. Thank you for being here. Deep breath. Let's see where some of these breaths can take me. Does anyone get uncomfortable when it's quiet? When no one is talking, it's just silent. The phone saved us.
Call from
Gary Green.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Gary Green, peace and love. You live, bro. What's up, Gary?
Good day, Derek Dunlap.
What's up, brother Gary? I feel something.
Good to go.
I feel something. I feel something, man. I feel a bomb or something, man. I feel something. Catch us up, man. Catch us up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I guess what was leading me to, call in was to go over something that we talk about, and I'd like to just share with it again. And I'll be reading. It's something that we put together.
Okay.
And it's let's put the title on it. We'll call it imagination. Okay.
Okay.
This is to do with imagination. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading, so excuse me. All right?
All right.
In order to dream or to obtain a spiritual vision, you must have imagination. In the early stages of development as a young child, the imagination is explosive. It holds one of the keys to greatness. True wealth and successful people have internal passion and a driving force that is motivated by the elevated imagination. The powerful quality of imagination can be used positive or negative.
And that polarity.
The imagination can be used to enhance and develop creativity, dreams, goals, and desire. On the other hand, the imagination can be used to produce inferior images of self. But you must know that producing inferior images of self cannot take the place without your permission or acceptance.
Okay.
Powerful, healthy self-images must be placed in the imagination to maximize your results while occupying your physical body. Imagination is the ability to inwardly visualize outcomes and results before they physically occur. When an individual is able to see a destination or an outcome mentally, that individual becomes motivated and driven to reach that destination or obtain that outcome. The ability is either developed or a spiritual quality, or it is dissipated by the lack of self-discovery. The spiritual quality is an incredible asset to your personal wealth. In fact, it is the key that will open up all possibilities within an infinite universe.
Wow.
Ask yourself this simple question. Can you imagine yourself having the power to access the infinite possibilities with the imagination of your universe? Once again, the answer is contained within the question. And so that's my piece on imagination.
Oh man, that was beautiful, man.
Yes.
Can I ask?
Absolutely.
Can I ask? If you may, you don't have
Sure,
to disclose if you don't want to. Your source, man. What was the resource? Where were you pulling that information from?
Well, again, this is a resource this is a quality, one of the qualities, because there are several qualities, and this is an innate quality that one has. And I'll say a couple of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but that is one quality of many. Well, of many that you have, that you were born with. Things like honesty, imagination, joy.
That's right.
Unconditional love, enthusiasm, self-reliance. These are qualities that were given to you.
That's right.
When you arrived at this plane of existence. These are qualities that you have. Everybody always talk about how happy they are. Why would you be happy when you have joy? You had to learn how to be happy.
Right.
But joy is always present with you.
Always there.
And so that's where I'm pulling it from.
Yeah.
These are qualities that everyone possesses, but we just move away from it. That's all. We just need to learn how to go back to it.
That's right.
And it's all about going within.
That's right. That's right.
Talk about.
Yeah, man. And that's so surreal to me, because that's what I'm experiencing in the non-physical. I just say non-physical realms because that's just something, you know what I mean? But that's this spiritual thing that Brother Gary was just talking about that liberates you from some of the physical responsibilities that we've, like he said, we've been navigated towards these responsibilities that we agreed to, you know. So that was a deep piece, man. Perfect timing too.
Absolutely.
Perfect
and
timing.
just with everyone, you know what I mean? It's all about giving yourself permission to do anything. You have to give yourself permission. And everything is limitless, especially when you talk about those non-physical realms. There's no limit on it.
Ain't no caps,
it's
man.
Just when
there's no caps.
There's none.
No caps.
There's none. There is none. Anything that you can think of, and just as you expressed earlier, of things that things have come to you to expand.
Yeah.
To just expand, downloads that you've had to expand where you are.
Let me just say this, Gary, while we here, because the energy is right here, right now, right? See, it's levels to consciousness, and what I'm learning, and this is humbled me so much to even sit in this energy, right? What I've learned is just to because I see things at such a more, I'll just use the word in-depth experience. Not only am I seeing things now, Brother Gary, but I'm feeling them. It's like I feel and see. My third eye is wide open. So I got my regular eyeballs, I got my third eye, and I got my emotional body all in alignment. I won't say perfect, but in a good alignment to I can see things so more expanded now, right? And what I learned, man, was everybody don't see how I see. So my expectation, all of this expectation that we put on people in consciousness, no, this is the way it's supposed to be. You know how you get there sometimes, Gary, especially we're all growing, you know, too. So sometimes we expect something to be a certain way just because we see it that way. I'm losing that, man. And I'm feeling so much lighter just letting people be who they be. You know what I mean? And I just lost a lot of weight from just downloading that, not expecting something from everybody, just to accept whatever they give me in that present moment awareness. Every conversation we have is present moment awareness. And I don't always have to get something, because I used to say that too. I got to get something from everything. No. Because what I'm learning too, Brother Gary, is sometimes I get something from not getting nothing. you know, sometimes, I don't have to physically, this is something I think I carried over from the physical. I don't have to feel like I physically receive something from every interaction, but sometimes I, can give and receive from giving. I don't know, bro. It's just, man, I've never been this excited in what we were told was supposed to be the most scariest times. You see what I'm saying? When you can bleed outside of the matrix, right? This time we in right now, they call it the last days of what we used to know as Earth. So everybody is supposed to, like, right now be fucking freaking out. For real. But me, right? Man, like you say, I find joy. I find like happiness. I'm so light right now. And I just feel like I can feel however I want to feel, because I'm endless. And the deeper and deeper and deeper I go into non-physical, I'm going to say this because a lot of people won't say it, but you guys know I keep it real. You die, what they call death, right? What we've been taught is death. You shed the physical body when you consciously outgrow it. When you don't need it to be, when you don't need it to feel like you exist. When you grow outside of the body. And those of you who have ears to hear, you'll know what I'm saying. You'll outgrow the physical body. You will, and you won't agree to come back. you'll outgrow it. You'll outgrow it. The more inward you go, the further away you go from the body. And some people talk about this and some people don't. But I just feel you guys and girls should know, you know, and this is something that you're going to have to choose when you're ready, because we all are detaching in some kind of way from the physical body. But, you know, I still love my physical body. I ain't gonna be no hypocrite. I fell in love with my body. You know, it's a part of me in this body. You know what I mean? And so it's deep. I'm sorry, Gary. That information just, man, I pulled so much from what you shared, man. I'm just feeding off of what you said, man. You want to add anything else?
It is what it is, and that's all it's going to be.
All right, man. All right. Thanks for attaching to the energy, man. That was a beautiful piece, man. That was a beautiful piece.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right. I appreciate you too, bro. All right, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yeah, see, that was a good piece. Jesper Peterson says, "Hi, Derek. Can you see me? Do I sit? How do I look? Can I try to feel your energy?" I can try. This is a chat question. I can try. Nope, Jesper. Not in this present moment awareness. I can't meet up to the claims that you seek right now. For some reason I can't. It's like a void. It's almost like I'm getting it's like a game or something. I don't know. I can't though. I'll be honest. I can't feel you now. I can't see you in my RAM. And I don't know. I guess I'm sorry. Let's see. Sunchild, peace and love. I love myself too. Chris Garner, long time, Chris. What's been going on with you? We just hanging out, man. And Chris, this was one of those live streams where I just hit the button, man. I just hit the button. We're here playing with this energy. Yeah, Jesper Peterson, I just got nothing. It wasn't a good or a bad thing or nothing like that. I just didn't get anything. I started to get the outline of you a little bit, but nothing, you know, clear. Like sometimes I can do it, like, especially if I could hear you. You see what I'm saying? If I could kind of feel you. I'm not as telepathic where I can read some text and pick up on people yet. But there are some beings that can do it though, Jesper. I'm not quite there yet. But if I hear you a little more, I might be able to piggyback from your throat chakra and connect and get some things like that. But yeah, I like playing like that. Thank you for your question. Chris Garner. Oh, okay. Thanks, Chris. Chris just has us playing live in his home while he's building a bed for his daughter. Thank you for tuning in, Chris. You could be anywhere in the world and you here with us. I'm conscious, not what? Jasper smiled at me. Hey, Jasper, one day I wish I could just pull people's energy from texting. Yeah, I'm more organic, you know, but they out there, Jasper. There are people that you can text and they can say some amazing things about you, whether they're clones or humans. I don't know, but I don't have that ability to feel from text yet, because I have to kind of figure out, you know, I have to make decisions. Instead of me feeling your energy, I have to assume when I'm reading text, what you mean by it. It's just too many interferences for me to try to get, you know, any kind of what I would call a good reading on you. I have to go too much into my ego, and then you know it's going to be screwed in. You'll probably be like, no, I'm not black. I'm Asian, and I'm not a guy. I'm a girl, you prick, right? I'll probably be way off somewhere. Oh, man. Jesper Peterson. All right, so I'm gonna keep the phone line open. I just feel there's more today. I just feel like someone else. I could be wrong. So I'll keep the phone line open for a little bit. I'm still live in the chat. Just want to tell you guys I love you. I'm learning how to love all of you. Just as you are. I'm learning. I'm learning. I feel and see the progress. I really do. And I can only speak for myself. And I know when I inherit this way of or existing with other energy sources, I'll blend a little easier. You know, it takes time. We've been conditioned to expect, you know, so much out of the human beings because we've been slaves for so long. We've been working, the working class. We've been working. We've been in systems, right? We've been working all our lives. Think about it. Right? So it just takes time, but I'm learning how to love all you guys. That's why I like the conscious chatter. And I love when you guys call in and text and ask questions and just gather. That's what it's about. And sometimes we don't need a topic. We got all those other channels for that, right? That, you know, that'll keep you up on what's going on. Let's just keep this like our little underground source where we can talk to one another and express how we feel. And then we could update the group on different things. We can bring all of the energy that we experience in our everyday lives, right? And we can kind of release it here. And some will heal from different things. Some will gain knowledge and wisdom from different things, right? And collectively together, we can all work on ourselves. It could be a place we could come to be honest with ourselves. You know? That's what I'm feeling when I'm conscious now. What? And, you know, I just hit the button today, and I am so glad I just hit that button today. For real. I'm so glad I hit that button to be. Look at all these hearts. Look at all these beautiful beings. Melina is in Holland. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Susan. Susan is here. You're listening. Good. Great to have you here. Peace and love right back at you, sister. We got a call coming in.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Peace and love. You're live on I'm Conscious Now What?
Oh, yo, it's some job for life.
Peace. What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to us.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Like, yeah, you see me in the chat, you know, just checking in stuff, good vibrations today. For some reason, Sundays are always like good vibes for me.
Really?
I don't want to say, I don't want to say only Sundays. I want every day to be like that, you know.
Right.
But just right now, just working on speaking things into existence, not really dwelling on what I don't want, more dwelling on what I do want, you know. It's just because one thing I learned the hard way is where your focus goes, your energy flows. So, like,
I like that. Yeah.
Also, something with the chakras too. I had an experience last night when I was sleeping. I actually began to feel energy racing down, like up and down my spine. It was down from my spine to the top of my head, and I was beginning to like. I've had a lot of these shifts and experiences lately. Some people call them portals. Some people call them like, I don't know, just different realms of consciousness.
Yeah.
The one thing I've been noticing is more of these, and what I think kind of activated and triggered them was a big part was my diet, like
yes,
more
sir.
fruits, more live
yes,
food,
sir.
you know, just juices, everything.
Yeah.
everything living, you know. There is sometimes where I do eat cooked food, but then I realize and notice just how much it weighs me down, just how dense it is.
Yeah.
And then I realize, like, you know, like, live food has sunshine in it, you know, it's compacted light. So I eat that light and I become light. It's just so simple. And I never thought it would be this simple. But one thing, I had a question.
Sure. I do my best.
Are you still into the chakras and stuff, Derek? Like, are you?
Yeah and no. When I say yeah, I still use my chakras as a part of, you know, when I enter into these states of consciousness, when I alter my level of consciousness by breathing, I still clear my chakras. So I'm still into chakras. And I know a lot of beings that they say that their chakras is like wide open. I still have attachments to my chakras. And I know this, you know, I just keep it real. You know, I still have different attachments because I go down real low at my root chakra sometimes, you know, and you'll realize that you are still attached to your chakras when you notice the variation of frequencies that you end in. Like sometimes I can be real high.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But just it was like last month, and I know I picked it up from here because we got like a open source community where we all pick up on each other's energy. Like we're sharing energy now. Dude, I went to the darkest place I've ever been in any incarnation that I can ever remember. I was there and saw some of the most lewdest things that I couldn't even imagine. You see what I mean? And that just let me know, like, wow. You know what I mean? So it's real. It's real, man. This shit is real.
Yeah, one thing I've been reading into is the crown chakra, and for a long time I was unfamiliar with what it stood for, and then I realized, or I learned just today, it has to do with your spiritual connection, and you know, just being connected to this big cosmic universal source, you know, just being connection. And the blockage symptoms are if you feel kind of disconnected or isolated or lonely.
Yeah.
And that's what I noticed I did feel yesterday, but I quickly changed that around because I knew it was kind of like an illusion, because and guess why? Because it was right after I ate something that was really dense. So that's what I mean when I can really tell the difference between we're live right now, and then, like, you know, second source stuff. So it's crazy. And I just was wondering if you had any, like, I don't know, special techniques that maybe you figured out that somebody else didn't, to kind of just help clear out the higher chakras, like the heart, throat, and like the crown, to just kind of like purify that.
I'll give you a technique that you can experience and clear out all of the chakras right here. It's real simple, man. It's real simple, bro. It's all, yeah, I'll do it right now live. Everything I do is simple. Now, number one, the most important thing you said to even experience this process is you're starting to overcome probably, I would say number one right now. I would, but people would dare to different. I would say the number one addiction people say is like the internet and stuff, and you know, you'll hear porn, but the number one addiction that I've experienced is gluttony. Okay, gluttony. What we eat. And you got to really look at this. They just slide this in, right? And gluttony will keep you out of the non-physical realms, because what you're experiencing now, and you're conscious of it, brother, so it's going to start moving fast for you. You're overcoming gluttony. And when you eat live foods, the only time you can add to your energy is when you eat stuff that's been sitting in the same sun that's powering you. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is it's like fuel. If you eat a dead animal, the energy's dead. There's no energy there. It's dead, rotten meat. It's only making the physical body heavier. You said it. You feel heavier in spirit, body, and mind. You're dense. You know what I mean?
I guess I answered my own question, didn't I?
And so, but now I'm going to give it to you. Because you're overcoming that, keep eating the live foods, the fruits, the vegetables, even if they genetically modified, if they sitting in the sun, because we don't know. Just listen, I've come to this. I'll rather eat a genetically modified apple than a fucking double cheeseburger any day. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
you
hey,
get what I
nice
mean?
talking.
That's the choice, though. That's the you gonna either, because we don't know if we ain't growing the food ourselves, then we don't know the type of food that we're putting in our body now. But if you want to start clearing out those chakras, you can do all of that from breathing. All right, breathing, rhythmic breathing and visualization skills. And the more you open up the third eye, the better your visualization will get, because the third eye will force you to see a different way. You will visualize. The third eye visuals is from you visualizing. And it's kind of hard for me to put it in English, but the third eye makes you visualize because you're not seeing. I can see in a totally pitch black room, right? But it taps,
Wow.
it's connected to your imagination, which paints an infinite picture of something. Not an illusion, like your regular eyes are seeing a reflection of a reflection of a reflection of light. It's being manipulated by light. You see what I'm saying? Your third eye is showing you raw data. How to discern. The third eye is showing you, like we speak English. So when you open up the third eye, it's like everything is in freaking Chinese. But you see it. You just you can't discern it yet, though. You see what I'm saying? You just can't discern the true meaning of what you're seeing. So you have to give your perspective on what you're experiencing out there. I see a lot of shit that I don't even know how to tell you guys. So I just don't go into it. I don't even go into it because I know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm experiencing it. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I just don't have a way to bring it back here. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people see a lot of amazing things. I listen to a lot of people talk about what they're experiencing, and it's all congruent to what I'm experiencing. I go to different realms of, I go to different places of consciousness every night now. And the one thing that I've been playing with that's really helping me is just staying in present moment awareness, meaning, am I like this totally different being, or am I this freaking infinite being that never changes? Everything is just changing around me. You get it? See, that's why I state my intent to get clarity on what I'm going to experience. Because am I all these different beings? Like, because we see everything in duality here. You see what I'm saying? So in the non-physical realms, what I'm trying to say is, am I all these different slices of consciousness, or am I this infinite consciousness that all of these present moment situations are coming before me? I never change. You get it? The shit is deep, man. You see what I never change, but I can see and make things around me become certain things, but I never change.
Yeah, because we all have a spirit, right?
You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, that's what I'm playing with. That's what I'm playing with now. Just trying to, how I perceive things, how I perceive my I amness. Am I these 7 billion fragments of consciousness, or am I the infinite consciousness which observes these 7 billion things? Shit is deep, man.
That's deep, yo.
But that's infinite. That's infinite. That's lifetimes of incarnations, and like what we call lifetimes, just trying to figure that out. You get it? And when you reach that level of consciousness, some of the stuff we trip on here, that's when this life becomes like you just smiling for no reason. Somebody like, why are you so happy? You ain't got no money. Why you so happy? Because you like money. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh man, it happens all the time, dude.
You know,
all the time. I'll be like, I disappearing now. You know, like, why are you
right? Right. Well, brother, I really appreciate you calling in. New energy always excites me. Look, man, don't be a stranger. This is your platform, and like I was saying earlier, I think this platform, just for me, you know, because I know I'm growing. I think this platform would be greater just for, you know, people to call in and just really talk about whatever they're going through on this journey. You know, more like a just come as you are. How would you feel about that?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
That's okay. I was just asking. That's okay if you missed it, but just thanks for calling, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Peace and love, brother. Peace and love.
All right.
Great new energy there. I like that, brother. Let's see if we can get somebody else on. I missed a 770 caller. Let's see if I can catch him. All right. All right. So, yeah, time flies when you're having fun. I just wanted to really hit the live button and see. You know, it was like I was fishing for energy. No topic, no expectation. And this was very, very liberating for me because now it's just showing me that when we can get to that space and consciousness where we just get back in the natural rhythmic flow of energy, when we just let the energy flow and we adjust to the flow of energy and become energy, when we inherit this way of this of even communicating and being and existing, oh, there's no end. You're just flowing with energy. You know, you're not trying to go against the energy. You're just flowing with the energy, and anything that comes into your present moment awareness, you're just experiencing it. Yeah, with no judgment, man. That's just so freaking liberating for me. That is so liberating that I don't have to argue with the Jehovah's Witnesses anymore. Who cares? There's nothing to argue about. I don't have to argue with Christians. I don't have to argue with atheists. I don't have to argue with what they call us, New Agers. I don't have to argue with anybody. You're absolutely right. Whatever you say and think, I'm so okay with that. You know, just don't violate my free will and I'm good with you because I'm not going to violate yours. I'm okay with the devil being red. Right? I ain't gonna argue about that stuff, man. I don't care. Paint him green, paint him yellow. Right? I'm okay. If you think Jesus has dreadlocks and dark bronze skin and feet of bronze, I'm okay. If you think Jesus is blonde with blue eyes and long, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. If it's giving you light, right? And I'm feeling your love, especially if I'm feeling your love, because there's a lot of religious people that got great energy until, right? Until you go against what they believe. As long as you're sitting there listening to it and you letting them, you know, give you their take on reality and life and God, and, you know, they cool until you go against it. They got good energy. So why not let them shine? I just let them shine. I was in the chat earlier before I was setting up this live stream today, and it was a chat going on, man. It was like, oh man, it was like 10,000 people in this chat. I forget what it was. It just popped up on my dashboard when I opened up the I'm Conscious Now channel. It was like a conscious chat. It was a lot of people going on in this chat. And it was one Christian in there, bless her heart, you know. And I know, you know, I grew up Christian, so I know where they get. I know how my grandmother was. You know, Christians are like warriors, man. They like, you know, that's all they have, you know. That's all they have is their religion. So I wouldn't try to take something that, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to try to take what you have. I only try to add to it and then, like, you know, let you figure it out. I'm not going to make that. I'm not going to force. It takes too much of my energy to try to force myself on you. You know, that's almost like rape. Think about it. It's like you raping somebody consciously. I'm not going to force myself on you. We're going to do an energy exchange. And I'm going to take as much as your energy that's congruent with my energy or my cause or whatever I'm feeling in present moment awareness. I'm going to gather up as much as your energy that is congruent with me. And you do the same. And we go from there. And you do the same. All right, soul group, it's been great. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. If you got something from this content, you know, hit the like button. And if you guys are open to more spontaneous live streams where you guys call in and, you know, take over the platform, and we'll run with that. We'll just use the energy and create the narratives and topics and things that serve us in present moment awareness. If you guys like that, then, you know, chat about it. I'll check the chat, see what y'all talking about in the chat or the comments up under this video. Comment on the video if you want to call in more and ask things live, and, you know, share energy live. More spontaneous live streams. I'll read all of the comments, and we'll go from there. All right. Peace and love, soul group.